Good morning and welcome to Tea Time with Tanya. I'm Tanya. How you doing today? Today is the 13th of July, 2022. And guys, forgive me for this ratio. My home internet went out and won't come back on. So to get this video out, I am recording it on my phone. This is just for y'all and hopefully just for today. So please forgive me for the aspect ratio. I can't turn it sideways because then I'm looking off to the side and that bothers me. All right, let's start today off with a blessing, shall we? Dear universe, dear creator, dear spirit guides, please give us, the collective, a blessing for this 13th day of July, 2022. A blessing for the collective. Ha! We get this blessing again. You are blessed regardless. Every experience enriches us and those around us in some way. Regardless of what we achieve or don't achieve, do or don't do, all is a blessing in one form or another. Nothing is a mistake, for all serves a divine purpose. All is blessed. Namaste. Let me read this one more time. This is a beautiful blessing. You are blessed regardless. Every experience enriches us and those around us in some way. Regardless of what we achieve or don't achieve, do or don't do, all is a blessing in one form or another. Nothing is a mistake, for all serves a divine purpose. All is blessed. Namaste. Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness. Okay, I've got some great questions this morning. But again, for Friday's show, guys, I'm going to need a lot more questions. All right. My first question today is from V Coolwater. V Coolwater states that President Biden recently showed some space pictures of deep space from one of the big telescopes we have. V Coolwater would like to know, is the Biden administration prepping us for alien disclosure? I can say off the top of my head, yes. But let's ask Tara. Is the Biden administration preparing the United States for alien disclosure? And this is one of my favorite questions because I can't wait until they show themselves. I really can't. I'm one of those people. I believe because I know, because I've seen, because I've been. Okay. Is President Biden prepping the United States for alien disclosure? Yep. Yes, he is. Okay. And this is the next to the last card, the final outcome of this question. We get the smoke and mirrors, the illusion delusion. So, the short answer, V Coolwater, yes. President Biden is prepping us for some sort of disclosure. However, guys, please understand that what man may do and what the alien beings are doing may not be the same thing. Understand that before real alien disclosure happens, that there may be a false disclosure by man to attempt to scare people. And I have to say this way, because we have so many people trying to maintain control over us, and the way that they are doing that is through fear. The aliens have not disclosed themselves. The extraterrestrials, I'm not going to call them aliens. The extraterrestrials have not disclosed themselves to us because we are panicky flesh bags. We are scared beings. How many of us out there will scream their head off because of a mouse or a roach? Now, imagine you see a giant roach that can talk. This is why, okay? The words as above, so below mean that what we see here on earth exists in the ether. So every little tiny creature that exists on this planet exists on some scale in the ether. So there may be a ship come down where beings look like giant roaches or beings look like giant rats. Okay? People, being the panicky flesh bags that we are, must be prepared to see beings that don't look like us. And we have to be mature enough not to be afraid of everything. This is the one thing that man has done to enslave us that they have done very well. And that is to make us afraid of everything. Make us afraid of everything that is different from us. Instead of us trying to learn about something else, we will kill it before we ask it any questions. That is the thing that we as humans must change. And that is one of the reasons why disclosure has taken so long. Because we have too many people with weapons who the first thing they're going to do is just start shooting. Not even realizing that the beings that are coming are benevolent. For the most part, 99.9% of the beings that come to this planet are benevolent. The 1% that are not have been here. They are the alien greys, and they are the ones that are responsible for all this chaos that you see going on around us right now. Okay? Okay, the next question is, and I believe this is V. Coolwater's question as well, is the New York Times working with the GOP to sabotage Biden in 24? Is the New York Times working with the GOP to sabotage Biden in 2024? Oh, the devil flipped out and turned over. Force and fatality. Okay. Is the New York Times working with the GOP to sabotage Biden in 24? Got all these upside down. Okay. Let me shuffle again, guys. Is the GOP working with Biden, with the GOP working with the New York Times to sabotage Biden in 2024? Here we go. And we got the tower came out next. Oh my goodness. All right. V. Coolwater, this is an excellent question. I thought it was kind of strange, but looking at these cards, this is interesting. All right. Now, I'm not going to say that the New York Times is working with the GOP because that's a journalistic, they have the opportunity to be on whichever side they want to. But them being journalists, their job is to dig up dirt. And that is what they are doing. And it's not just against Biden, it is against everybody. So, we get a yes, but we get an explanation for that yes. Okay, what the New York Times is doing by asking some of the questions on if the election was held today, who would you vote for? This is to get a gauge of where Americans stand. This is just journalistic purveyance. The New York Times concerns themselves about getting to the bottom of things, about fishing out, dredging the bottom of the lake and seeing how many bodies they can pull out. That is what the New York Times is about. It is not about going against President Biden, but this is about not putting people on pedestals and holding all people accountable. This is one of the things that I have been trying to say for everybody for the last little bit. We have to stop hero worshiping politicians. Politicians are people. They put their pants on one leg at a time, like you and I. They get up, eat their Cheerios, cornflakes, whatever, like you and I. The only difference between politicians and you and I is that we are not in Washington being courted by lobbyists, being offered money and gifts to give special favors to certain groups. That is what we have to understand, that people who get into these offices are faced with. Now, some of them go in and do their jobs and they are not swayed by the money and the power and all of the extras that are offered them. However, a lot of them, and I'm going to say it like this, the majority, and it doesn't matter whether they have a D or an R by their name, they get courted by lobbyists. The lobbyists their whole job is to find what number someone is willing to sell their values for. And they find that number a lot. A lot of people who are in Congress right now are only in Congress to enrich themselves. They have no care about helping the American populace. You know, that's why myself, I will never be a politician. People always say, I need to run for politics. I cannot. You know, I don't want to lie. I don't want to use people to enrich myself. And I don't ever want to hurt the people that I'm supposed to be trying to help, to self-aggrandize. And we see that too often, right? This circus that is our legal system, that is our ruling class. It is a three-ring circus. We as Americans, we as American people have got to say, no, this is not us. This is not what we want. We have to stop normalizing this. So the question was, is the New York Times working with the GOP to sabotage Biden in 24? The answer is they are going after everyone. Biden is not a protected person. So, yes, it's not a sabotage, but this is an accountability. And this is where they are going to hold people to their words and everything. It's not just going to be about Biden. It's going to be about everybody who is on the political front. So, basically, just the gloves are off. The New York Times is going headhunting. Basically, they are going headhunting for everybody who is outside of the norm. Biden, Trump, all the politicians, nobody is immune. So, V. Coolwater, yes, the Times is going after all politicians, but it's not for sabotage. This is literally to dredge the swamp, to pull all the garbage up from the bottom and hold people accountable. But yeah, they're not going to play games with Biden. They're not going to use kid gloves on him. And they shouldn't. They shouldn't. All politicians need to be held to account. They use words to promise what they're going to do when they get into office, and then they get into office and forget they ever said a word to us about anything. People need to be held accountable. There's too much power floating around. We are in a dangerous place. We understand at this moment how close we were to losing our democracy, to becoming Russia. We're still on that slide, guys. Our rights are being yanked out from under us while we're watching. We are in very precarious times. Don't think that what the Supreme Court is doing, that they're just going to stop. We have to stop them. This is the push for us to stand together. It truly is. My next question is, will Liz Cheney run for POTUS in 2024? This is the scary part, guys. This is the part we need to be talking about. Liz Cheney is a born and bred Republican through and through. The only reason she's mad at the GOP is because they tried to take her life on January 6th. Again, Liz Cheney does not give a flying frig about anything that 45 did, except for when he sent that mob to the Capitol to kill people, because she was one of those people who were in the Capitol that day. Understand, guys, please, Liz Cheney is the epitome of what we do not want running our country. Everybody's got her on a pedestal right now. Why? Because she did the decent thing and is standing up against people who tried to murder her. But that is all she's doing. She did not care that 45 gave $1 trillion to the rich people and then shifted all of the cost to the poor and the middle class. She did not care. She was right on with that. Liz Cheney did not care that 45 wanted to take away health care in the middle of a pandemic. No, she voted right along with him. She voted to take your and my health care away from us. Understand that the devil is wearing Prada. Do not be fooled. All right. Is Liz Cheney planning to run for POTUS in 2024? And guys, because as much as I've been shuffling these cards, I got the same exact cards that I just drew. I'll show you what they are, because I got 2 yeses, but it was the Justice and it was the Ace of Pentacles again. And then we got the Moon was the first card, and the Tied and Bound is underneath. I'm going to put these back in and reshuffle. Will Liz Cheney run for POTUS in 2024? Will Liz Cheney run for POTUS in 2024? Will Liz Cheney run for POTUS in 2024? Okay, that should mix them up pretty good. Will Liz Cheney run for president in 2024? All right, and we got it was a change. There we go. Now, the first card we got this time is the Magician. Sickness, skill, and loss. She is going to put her skill into this. Guys, below we get the star. This is lost, theft, and abandoned, but this is can also mean the Star of Good Hope. In this case, this is Liz Cheney's yes, because right now it's a maybe in her hand. She is mulling over whether she wants to run in 24 or in 28. Okay? So that is what's going on inside of Liz Cheney. Whether she wants, because she doesn't want to be this close to what's going on with the Supreme Court and the rest of the GOP. She feels like that might hurt her. She feels like that might hurt her if she tries to run right away. But she is going to run for president. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And she's going, when she does run, she's going to have a very good chance of winning. When she does run, she is going to see her ship come in. But I think what she is waiting on is the timing. Because right now, with her being on the January 6th committee, and if old Donnie Boy does get indicted, they're going to blame Liz Cheney, okay, because she is a Republican. They're going to blame her for them crucifying their Lord. But the answer to this, V. Coolwater, is yes. Liz Cheney is going to run for president. I think she's going to run in 28, not in 24. just so she can step away from what she's doing now. She needs time to kind of heal her. But yeah, she's going to run, and when she does run, she has a very good chance of being successful. And her success is bad for us. Just understand that. If Liz Cheney gets into the presidency, it's not going to be a good time for us. She is no different from the Republicans. Understand this. The only reason she is doing what she is doing is because she felt that her life was in danger. She's mad that Donnie tried to kill her. That is the only reason that she is bucking her party, is because her life was on the line. If it didn't touch her, she wouldn't care. But because she was in the building and she could have lost her life, she is going for scorched earth. Next question. Will Georgia successfully prosecute 45 and his acolytes? All the people who they have subpoenaed and requested to come and testify. Will Georgia successfully prosecute 45? Old Donnie. Will they be successful in prosecuting them? And the acolytes. That's Lindsey Graham. That is old Rudy Giuliani. And everybody else that was messing around in Georgia's election. Will Georgia successfully prosecute 45? Wow. Okay. Now I got a bunch of little yeses. And what this is leading me to believe is that some people are going to get prosecuted and others are not. But the final outcome, we get the 4 of rods. This is the Democrat happy family. We are going to be pleased with the outcome of this. Let me read you this. The first card we get is the Empress. Secrets and mystery. This is the grand jury. What is going on inside the grand jury? There is a lot of strength that Georgia has to prosecute them. And this is a yes card. Georgia has, the chips are stacked on Georgia's side to prosecute them. They have all they need. The fight is with the American public and people not wanting America to hold a former president accountable. So there's where the fight is. The fight is that they don't want to be embarrassed by holding 45 accountable. This is going to be the problem. Vlad shows up. All right? The Emperor shows up. This is where we're getting into. This is Brian Kemp. Even though he knows. These are all despots, guys. Oh my goodness. They have everything they need. Will 45 go down with the ship? Probably not. But the lessers will definitely. Lindsey Graham is going to go down through Georgia. He is going to go down. Rudy Giuliani as well. Mark Meadows is going to go down behind this. And Bill Barr as well, because he was also involved in Georgia. Understand. They don't want to go after Trump because he was the former president. They want to protect him for some reason. But they are going to go after the littler ones. And I don't understand how they're going to do this. but the answer is yes. They're going to successfully prosecute the acolytes. 45, not so much. Not so much. And I feel like for 45, everybody else is going to be like open and shut. 45, they're going to draw it out and draw it out and draw it out. And they're going to literally hope that he dies before they have to do something to him. Okay. My next question is from Danielle. Danielle would like to know, why is New York City telling New Yorkers to prepare for a nuclear attack? Okay, so I had to read up on that and see to see if that was true, and it is true. New York is telling New Yorkers to prepare for nuclear fallout, to be prepared. The article I read said, oh, they're just telling New Yorkers to be prepared. No, because nuclear fallout, there's not a whole lot you can do to prepare for nuclear fallout. You literally have to go underground for an extended period of time. Okay? Your water's going to be polluted. Your air is going to be polluted. Your food is going to be polluted. If you go outside, you face the chances of getting radiation sickness. Why is New York preparing New Yorkers for nuclear fallout? Because we're on the verge of World War III. And if it does kick off, it will be a nuclear war. It will be fire. Fire will rain from the skies. Not to scare anybody. But what's going on right now? Pay attention. Stop laughing. Stop giggling. Pay attention to what they are doing. Biden's showing you pictures of outer space. New York is saying, hey, in case of a nuclear accident or whatever, this is what you need to do to prepare yourself for nuclear fallout. Pay attention. The writing is on the wall, everyone. We will see aliens shortly. We are on the verge of war. China is still going after Taiwan. That has not stopped. Bad behavior has not stopped. There are civil uprisings all over the world. The weather patterns, everything is in chaos. Pay attention. Nature is telling us what we need to prepare for. Over here in the southwest, we are in a 12,000-year drought. All of our water sources over here, not just Lake Mead, Lake Powell, all of our big lakes, the Colorado River itself, are on the verge of becoming dead pools in a very short amount of time. We're not just talking about Arizona, Nevada, California, New Mexico. No. We're talking about all the way from Washington State to New Mexico being in a complete drought. And it doesn't matter, guys, if you're getting a lot of rain. Okay? Understand what's happening inside the earth. Don't be gullible to think just because it's raining outside, so we're not in climate change. Our water supplies in the East Coast, on the West Coast, are drying up. The drought is moving to the north, to the East Coast. Our world is in turmoil. Crops are failing because of the weather patterns. Tornadoes, floods. Can't keep crops in the ground when you can't keep the ground on the ground. We are in a time where we must understand everything that is going on. We cannot pretend that what is happening is not. Again, this is not to scare anybody. This is all about preparedness. To do what you can do to live as comfortably as for as long as possible until we're out of this system of change. We are building our new earth by our conscious actions. So if you're living in hate or you're living in fear or anxiety, that's where your vibration is trying to build. It's like trying to breathe underwater. You can't. Change your mindset. Do not vibrate on 3D Earth level. It's about to get very bad down there. Choose. Choose what you want for your life. Choose to be happy. And this is important. Choose to love other people. Okay? Danielle, the New York is telling you to prepare for a nuclear attack because we are under threat of a nuclear attack. And New York is the closest one. Big city, metro city. That if we go into a nuclear war, New York City is a target, just like Las Vegas and Los Angeles and Miami, Chicago. Yeah. Prepare and listen. Listen to your emergency broadcast people. Listen to them. Take heed and start preparing yourself for what comes next. Okay? Don't live in fear. But prepare yourself for what's going to come next. We are in a bad place, guys. And there is no magic switch that somebody can throw that is going to make all of this disappear. This is what's real. My next question is from Spirits Beyond the Stars. Will Republican states cheat in the 22 election? And will they be caught? Will Republican states cheat in the 2022 election? Yes. Will they be caught? Here's the yes. Fourth card. Will the Republicans be caught cheating? Maybe. They're going to know that it's being done. But guys, what I didn't get is a yes that they will get caught or... So, yeah, they're going to cheat. We're going to know they cheated. But I don't know if they're going to be caught or if it'll be able to be proven that they cheated. Next question is from Danielle. Elon, I'm going to do a throw on Elon Musk. Elon is not buying Twitter, as we have all heard. And now Twitter is mad that Elon is not buying Twitter after, I guess, he made them jump through all kinds of hoops just to try to walk away from this ginormous deal. So what gives? Will Elon be forced to have to pay any type of reparations to Twitter for... I guess it must have been like a hostile type of takeover for Twitter. Okay, Elon, Twitter, and Trump. What gives? Will Elon be forced to have to pay reparations to Twitter? Elon is going to have to pay something to Twitter. He tried to steal from them. The dark money, the stuff that was going on behind the scenes is what got people at Twitter mad because, they're mad because they were supposed to get all this billions of dollars worth of money. So they saw a lot of people had started spending money that they didn't have that was promised to them by Elon for the sale of Twitter. What they're angry about is that this has caused them. Some people sold off assets. Some people lost assets, were not able to protect it. This is greed, okay? People at Twitter put the cart before the horse and did some things they probably shouldn't have done in anticipation of Musk buying Twitter. And then when Musk reneged, pulled back because he was being forced to jump through too many holes. He didn't want to have to pony up what he needed to pony up, which caused a problem with them. Okay? This set up a whole bunch of roadblocks inside of Twitter that Elon Musk's bid to buy them caused. The shareholders are upset about this because it never had to go there. And the last card, secrets and mystery. There's other things that we don't know about that happened. So, Elon Musk literally ran away from this bid because he wasn't going to get what he wanted out of it. Now, the fight between Musk and Trump is over semantics. Again, Donnie Boy is all concerned about people being loyal to him. Musk just got burnt and almost got burnt twice for a lot of money. Musk pays Amber Heard's or paid Amber Heard's bills. I don't know if they're secret lovers, used to be lovers, or whatever. But what Amber owes Johnny, Elon's gonna help out with. Number one, Elon was buying Twitter only for one reason, and that was to get old Donnie Boy back on the platform. That was it. And then he tried to make up reasons why he wasn't going to do it. Bots this, how many that. It was all conjecture. But Musk put in this bid. He basically led these people to believe this was genuine. And then he pulled back at the last minute. He is going to be forced to have to pay reparations to the Twitter platform, to some of the shareholders, for what he did. He did something that is not completely above board. And I don't know if we're going to get the whole 411 about that, but at some point we will understand the basics and we will understand what caused the deal to fall through. My next question is from Spirit Beyond the Stars again. Will Lauren Boebert get away? And this goes back to Twitter. She threatened the POTUS on Twitter. It was reported to the FBI. Will Lauren Boebert will she get away with threatening the POTUS? Will Lauren Boebert get away with threatening the POTUS? Will Lauren Boebert get away with threatening the POTUS? There we go. Yep. Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, she's going to get away with it. She's going to get a slap on the wrist. She's going to get a slap on the wrist. These are the days that we're living in, guys. All right. That's all the questions that I had for today, guys. Please, if you have questions for Friday's live show, please drop them in the question box below. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Don't live in fear. Raise your vibration and understand what is going on. Be prepared for anything right now. Be prepared for anything. The one thing not to be is afraid. Do not be afraid. There is really nothing to be afraid of. What happens, happens. You can be prepared or you can be scared. Being prepared means that you got both eyes open. Being scared means that you're sitting in a corner with your eyes closed. You're a victim if you're scared. You're a hero if you're prepared. Guys, we have work to do. We have to help ourselves build a better world. It starts with words. It starts with how we treat each other. I love every one of you. And hopefully Friday, my internet will be back up and I won't have to do this on my phone. I love you guys. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Bye-bye.